Hey everyone, I'm Giovanni. I'm an Assistant Chief Flight Instructor here at United Flight Systems. And today on this United Flight Systems short, we're talking about picking up VFR flight following. We're going to do it today with no prior talking with ATC. It's going to be a cold call. We're going to show you some easy ways to get a hold of ATC. So I'm going to do a pre-flight and I'll meet you guys at the airplane.
All right, welcome to the cockpit. Today we're going to be talking about picking up flight following. So lucky enough today we have two air traffic controllers. We both work at Houston Center, and we have some preferences when it comes to how people pick up flight following. So for me, the most important thing is when you're picking up flight following is to say your call sign clearly and slowly so the controller has time to type it in to our computer systems. And then I tell the controller what type of request I want. If it's a VFR request, picking up IFR, whatever it is, I give them that information as well. You also want to make sure you're on the proper frequency. So now with ForeFlight, this information is widely available, and through local knowledge, you can kind of know how these sectors are split up. So I know for where we're at, which we're just about over in Navasota, the frequency is 119.7 for Houston approach. So we're going to go in and pick up flight following. So first thing you do whenever you switch over is listen to the frequency. See if there's someone getting a read back, and give it a second.
We'll probably just call inside here in a second.
742, thanks. Report the field inside, canceling IFR.
Roger that.
Houston approach, Cessna 4904, Juliet Bravo, VFR request.
3625, Houston departure, radar contact, maintain 4000. Who was calling with a VFR request?
That was Cessna 4904, Juliet Bravo, 10 miles to the southeast of Navasota, request flight following back to David Wayne Hooks.
Scott 494 Juliet Bravo, Houston approach, 5367.
5367, 494 Juliet Bravo.
November 494 Juliet Bravo, radar contact, 3 east of Navasota VOR, cleared into the Bravo at below 2000, Houston altimeter is 3005.
Position check, Sam, we're clearing to the Bravo out of below 2000. We're going to go ahead and leave 2400 for 2004 Juliet Bravo.
494 Juliet Bravo, Roger, advise ATIS Information Hotel at Hooks.
Wilco, 494 Juliet Bravo. So, I had a little bit of patience, I let him handle that, and then he eventually got back to us. And you also noticed whenever he came back to me and said VFR aircraft with a request, I went ahead and gave him all the information that he needed. I gave him a position, I gave him the aircraft type, and what I needed. That way, it really cut down on all the additional radio communications that we need.
And you'll always hear a pause there. Because he has to actually put in a short flight plan. There's nothing in the system for you as a guy popping up looking for VFR flight following, so he's actually typing away, putting in a short flight plan in the computer system for you, and that's where he'll get that code for you to squawk, and then we pop up on his radar scope.
So Nick, we just picked up flight following, so what do you think are some advantages of picking up flight following, even on a short flight like this back to Hooks?
Well, maybe not so much nowadays, but in the older days before GPS and different things, if you were to get lost, a lot of even training aircraft now don't have modern GPS, so if you were to get lost, ATC would be happy to provide you a vector toward your destination or wherever you want to go. It's obviously takes your safety to the next level, because if something were to happen, if you were to start descending rapidly, they're going to see that right away, and they're going to notice, or if you, for some reason, were to drop off the radar scope, if you're flying in a remote part of the country, these guys are going to know the exact last position that you were in. You're going to get traffic advisories, which is a huge one. When I'm out flying VFR, there could be airplanes on a nice night like tonight. You have airplanes all around you that you don't know anything about. They're going to tell you, hey, traffic 2 o'clock, 2 miles opposite direction, and you can look for them, and then, or they'll let you know the traffic's no factor, that kind of thing. So I love flight following. And as a controller, I'm happy to provide the service as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I really like to think of ATC as an extra member of the cockpit team, because we can, as ATC, we can read weather to you when necessary. We can get NOTAMs for you if you're really busy. In the event of emergency, you're already talking to someone that can help you. So it's one less step that you have to do as a pilot. So I always really recommend picking up flight following. Air traffic controllers, they're professional and they're great at what they do, so they really add a lot of value to your flight, no matter how long or how short the flight is.
What are some of the advantages of picking up VFR flight following, Julie? Tell me, Julie.